Hey guys, welcome back to Fables and Legends. I'm Coley, and we're going to continue on creating our Thanksgiving meal, doing all the prep work with that. Today we're going to be making apple pies and stuffing our turkey to get it ready for tomorrow. Before I continue, I need to check with my moderator to make sure everything is up and running and looking good before we commit to everything. How we doing? Okay, let me split those screens up and then we will get going. So with our apple pies, we're going to be making 3 like we did yesterday. So yeah, we're going to start with our pie crust. I got some store already made ones because sometimes you just need your sanity. So let me get our pie tins out. Then we're going to start working on rolling out our pie crusts. Nothing really fancy to them, just make sure that they're room temperature when you start working on them. Just slowly peel. And just gingerly keep rolling it out. Delicately lay it on in there. I'm going to start pushing it into the sides. Now the apple pie I make does not have a crust to it on top of it. So we're going to fold this in a little bit, make like a tart, and it ends up still being absolutely delicious. We're going to repeat this process 2 more times. This one got a little warm. So slowly peel away. Sometimes if it unthaws too fast, it'll get this little liquidy thing going on. Other than that, it's still fine. It's going to be a little broken, but you'll see how this ends up, that a little bit of a broken pie crust isn't a big deal, and it actually kind of works towards its own favor of things. So just keep going. Kind of keep it on the even side. So now for our pie filling, we're gonna do a couple different apples in it. And I always kind of tend to like doing a sweet apple and a sour apple. It gives us this nice bouncing of difference of textures, or tastes and flavors. So it's actually really kind of cool. So that I just kind of pick his favorite sweet apple, followed by we pick Granny Smith's for that tartness. So because we're making 3 different pies, or 3 pies, all apple. It's 4 per pie. It's 4 apples total. So we're gonna have a ton of them. I also like keeping the skins on our apples. Reason being for that is I like the color that comes out through them. So we have 6 Red Deliciouses here. I normally don't like cooking with Red Delicious because they're very a soft apple, but I had my son pick out his favorite, so Red Delicious it is. So we're just going to cut them up. skins on to keep a color. And then we're just going to thin these about 1/4 of an inch through the whole thing. Oops, camera's there. So about that size. And you want to try your best to keep them the same size so they cook at the same consistency. Okay, got some chatting going on. Good. Sounds good. Hey guys. So yeah, just get all those apples cut now. And the nice part with prepping Thanksgiving early, that was a not cut one. That one had something gross on it. Is that you're not rushing to get the stuff done right away and all that fun stuff. But with this pie, you could use, you know, Gala apples, Honey Crisps, any of your favorite baking apples. I need to turn my one laptop because I'm having a hard time seeing. Oh, you're not late. We just started. Apples, apples, apples. Wish I had something cool to talk about with apples, but I got nothing today. What do we got? Talk about like an enchanted. Do they have enchanted apples in Skyrim? Oh, I don't think they do anything with. Huh. Now I am like literally going through like 5 games of lore going, do they have anything? Their meta thing is the sweet rolls. I don't know, there's always like apples in the Lego games. It's kind of funny that way. Make an enchanted. I mean, they do have apple pies in the game that you can make, and there's mods where you can put orchards in, which that actually really threw me off the first time I put that on, because I was like, wait, what does this farm have? Oh, I can actually get apples finally instead of in a barrel. That could have been in a crypt for eons. So Yay, red apples are almost done. So in a bowl, I already have this mess here of deliciousness. It has some cinnamon, some apple spices, our xylitol again instead of sugar, and it has also the arrowroot in it, and it's going to help create a thickening kind of cool thing here. So we're just going to get that all deliciously mixed up in a little bit. I'm just going to lightly coat it right now so they don't brown as much, and then I'm going to work on our green apples as well. I do have plans in the works for sweet rolls. Have a kind of a really fun idea with that. First idea is just to make the traditional sweet roll and then make like customizable sweet rolls based on the races of Tamriel with in-game or out-of-game real-world counterparts. So got like 2 more of those to figure out and how to actually make the stuff, but that sounds something that would be a lot of fun. I really do like making desserts, so for me, desserts are going to be kind of my jam after a while. Always trying to balance out between like, okay, we'll make an appetizer, a side, some meals like that. Meals, trying to always stay away from only cooking desserts. So if you didn't catch earlier that these are Granny Smiths, they get a nice sharp tart taste to them, and it'll balance out some of the sweetnesses. That's going to be added later. So and if we wanted to make this more like Elder Scrolls, they do have green and red apples, so we're right on point for this. So yeah, apples are getting cut. We're almost done with that. The spices we're using, if you were to make 1 pie of this, it's 3/4 cups of sugar. And like I said, we're using xylitol as the sugar substitute. 1 pie crust, 4 apples total, and then it's 2 tablespoons of arrowroot or cornstarch, 2 teaspoons of cinnamon, and then 2 teaspoons of apple pie spice, which that still adds a ton of cinnamon, but I kind of like cinnamon, so that. Should get all the stickers off. Found that out recently, that those food stickers are actually edible. Ooh. Yeah, I did want to do something with tea. Haven't quite figured that out yet. Kind of like do like a concept of a tea party, like doing like little finger sandwiches and like little tarts, and I like these ideas that are coming in. So, green apples are finally all cut up. And then, once again, with all the spices in there. Now, this is the fun part where we can start getting really messy. This has all got to get mixed up. And make sure that every apple is coated with all of the deliciousness that's all getting wrapped up in here. Gonna let that sit for another minute while I start the other one. Get that going. Because these had a little longer to sit. And don't want them to and you do kind of want to work with your apples a little on the fast side so they don't brown. If you do work with them a little slow, you can always add a splash of lemon juice to it. And that'll help some of the browning effect there. Okay, this one, let's see what they got. Coated and beautiful. So what we're going to do now is we are going to rotate colors while we were doing this, and then layer this in. You'll see, it's kind of fun layering this. You're trying to find different sizes, different shapes, different colors. And this adds just a blend of, you're getting a different taste and texture in every bite kind of thing. A small little green one in there. And basically what you're just trying to do is cover like the whole base with a bunch of how would you get a different taste in each bite? Well, the red apples are really sweet and the green apples are really tart. So right now I'm just layering it every other rotating the colors out. So like right now, we're just trying not to get the same apple color to be next to each other. It's a little tricky, but kind of fun and patterns. And if you notice, I did leave a center hole here, and you're going to see towards the end what we're going to do about that. Because I always make this like blooming flower design, I guess. That's what we call it. There. I could probably do one more layer right now, but I just want to make sure that I've got enough for all the pies as we're working on them. Oh, I didn't realize that that was out of frame the whole time. Or no, it was there. Oh my gosh, I don't even know what I'm doing anymore. So, green, red, greens. Nope, I did that wrong. Wanted to do it like this first. So yeah, okay, keep. Something's going there. Some skinny little red pieces. Last little green piece there. And then start that up again. You'd get a slightly different flavor every time. You'd have a sweet sour taste going on. About halfway through all of this. Did I do that again? I did do that again. Ugh, get so many cool ideas and then forget what I'm doing. just get my layers right in my head. Mix it just a little bit. Yay. I'm getting somewhere. Okay. So let's do a little bit. So then we'll go back to that rotation. So we're going to try to keep the apples a little more centered because we're going to actually fold those end pieces of the dough back into itself, of the pie crust. Kind of quiet today. Yummy and delicious on all your guys' ends. Hope everyone's kind of getting excited for all the food that they're going to be eating tomorrow. Sorry about that. I just looked up and realized I was gone and then there was no audio. So with this, we're just going to move in a little bit on that. Keep about a good inch or so away from the crust. Hopefully I still got you guys. So that one looks kind of done here. I'm going to show you kind of the cool stuff we're going to do in the center here in a minute. Still trying to figure out the whole technical aspect of this because I don't want to keep always cutting in and out. Hopefully I still have sound. You know, all that jazz. A little bit there. There we go. This one over here. Okay, so what I was doing was leaving these holes open to find out the these little kind of the end pieces. And I kind of just stick them in here. And what I end up doing is making like this like little flower on the inside. So it seems really weird, but then once it actually cooks, it's really, really pretty. Ends up being like a little like lotus blossom and stuff like that coming right out of it. Oops. one can use a little more over there. That one can use one more right there to cover up that little hole. Okay, so I do have some apples left. Really can't cram them in anymore. I might still do some more after we get the crust rolled over into itself. Give me a second to go wash my hands. Because the next part's good fun. So we're going to preheat the oven to 425 degrees right now. Get that going. And then I'm going to take a paring knife here and I'm going to start cutting them to about 1 to 2 inches in size. And we're going to create these like little flaps that we're going to fold over each other. Also, we're going to get 1 egg for each pie. And we're going to make egg wash. So it's a nice, crisp, not burnt, you know, that pie pastry texture that everyone's looking for. So I don't want to whisk that way with a fork. So, let the paring knife go down. And try to get down as low as you can go into that pie crust. There we go. I'll start with this little one first. And we're going to egg wash it. And I joke and sometimes use egg wash as like food glue to help keep it all together. Pull it kind of tight. Just kind of keep repeating. Pull it tightly into itself. Semi-lap it over. And then, this is where it gets a little tricky. Pull that back out. Pull that over itself. Egg wash. Coming back and pushing some of that down. One pie done. Like I said, like this one broke. Perfect size. So when I cut, I just kind of eyeball like the curves of the pie or like where it bends. So it just makes it easier to just kind of deal with the natural fluffness of it. There's a little too much wash there. Almost done. Check that under. An egg wash through. Had two done. Uno más. Start there. There. Going. Almost done. This one a little different this time. We'll tuck you under, and we'll end with you. Kind of like. Some of that's not off. Everything looking good. Okay. Okay, last step on this before it hits the oven. Sprinkle sugar around the rim. So we're going to use xylitol for the same process. Just get some little crystals. And even if you wanted, you could put cinnamon on this part with the crust, just to give it a different flavor. Do like a cinnamon sugar kind of thing. Okay, there's this one. Oven's ready. I am not. Okay. So these will actually go into the oven for about 20 minutes. We'll check at 20 minutes to see if it's toasted and all the fun stuff it's supposed to look like. If not, depending on the pie tin, it might have to cook just a little longer. It looks like we're going to be doing 2 different batches. That didn't want to go in the oven. So we'll do that in 2 different batches. We'll clean up, and then we're going to start with our turkey. I was like, it's a big task we have to do. What am I doing next? Just want to get everything set that way for the turkey. That is a lot. So first things first with the turkey, we're actually going to prepare the cheesecloth. I know a lot of people don't do this method. They tend to put like bacon over it, which is totally fine if that's up to you. I can't eat bacon, so I figured turkey on turkey is kind of redundant. So I use some cheesecloth to use instead of bacon. So in this saucepan right here, we have 4 tablespoons of ghee. You could use butter, but like I said with yesterday's video, we have lactose and capsaicin, whatever it's called, sensitivities and allergies. So it's just way easier to just cook with ghee. So I don't have to worry about any of that. So we're just going to get this into its liquid form. And in the meantime, I'm going to get some herbs out that I need. And you know, since we got 1 more minute or so, I totally forgot that we have a pumpkin pie from yesterday that I can show you guys. It's still cracked a little bit, but it's a lot better than what my past stuff is. I hope I don't have to bring out the There we go. So that's what our pumpkin pie looks like. Uber delicious. I'm one of these people when I eat food, yeah, presentation is important, but I tend to like the way it tastes better. So like if you're like, oh my gosh, oh, it's so pretty, it's so pretty, it's so pretty, but it doesn't taste good, then I'm like, I don't care. So right now I'm going to put some parsley, not a lot, just a little bit, into the ghee. Okay, so that parsley can stay there. And I also have some thyme sitting in the waiting. And then we're going to put just a splash of olive oil in there. The combination between the ghee and the olive oil is going to help prevent any burning. So yeah, I'm going to get some gloves on because I don't like dealing with turkey in its natural form of meat. And then I also want to, sorry, I'm getting really close to you guys, put some additional boards down because I don't really want to have to keep sterilizing my butcher block. Liquid drink, break, and what do we got? Yeah, don't forget the turkey. No. I'm working on that right now. So, oops. I got my roaster here. So we're going to work on the cheesecloth first. So, it says take 20 inches of it and fold it till it's a little. Basically, you want to fit this in the saucepan and then have it soak up all of the goodnesses. So I'm just going to let that soak now. And it can sit there for ever for all I care. Gloves. The turkey. I got 10 minutes still on those two pies. Then one more pie after that. So, I think, okay. I was like, what happened to my one screen? It like froze. So, turkey time. I'm going to repat some of this dry. I already patted it dry once, but we got one more stay. That would be the worst thing right now. To fall on the ground and I would just break down crying. So pat it dry. Make sure all the liquids are sustained itself. Okay. I need to go get more paper towel. More juices. I already patted. Like, oh yay, more juices. So yeah, you want to make sure that it's totally dry. Any other gross stuff you don't want to deal with, make sure that that's out. Okay. Nope. So I already degutted it earlier. So I got the neck and the giblets out. I don't know. I just always have this paranoia that there's more in there after I already cleaned it out. It's just my weird paranoia. So now that we've got this all dry, I hope, we're going to start with some salt. Pour that in a container. Okay. Put it up. Get some salt down that crevice. And also some pepper. So normally you would put stuffing in. I'm not a stuffing person. So the biggest thing I'm going to start doing is putting some vegetables in, and then this is actually going to be like our stock for our gravy. So I'm going to make it very savory. So that's what we're going to do with there. And then I also got to get the butter in. Which one do I want to do first? Let's do butter first. So what you're going to do is you're going to take the skin and gently massage your hand through and not breaking apart a lot up here because you want to have that butter stay in. So all you're doing is gently separating the skin from the meat. Then you're going to do it on the other side. Find an entrance. And you should just be able to do this with your hand. And then try not to go down the breastbone either, because you want to just kind of keep it all nice and together. And well, there we go. Get that butter out from yesterday. And we can start putting it in the breast. So put some of that in and then just start pressing that through. Getting into all the little crevices. Turn this on the other side as well. Push. Okay. Pull that back over. Okay. Now the rest of this butter is I'm gonna probably stuff a little bit more in, and then I'm just gonna rub the whole turkey down with this. But right now we're gonna get that veg going. Also gonna get some hot pads out for the fries that are shortly gonna be coming out of the oven. So for the rest of the turkey, I'm going to need all those herbs I was talking about, and 2 onions, some shallots, and a whole head of garlic. So garlic, 2 onions, some shallots. Now, I know some people will keep the skins on. I'm not one of those people. I don't like having the skins on because I don't like peeling things out afterwards. But the nice part is we're just going to do some basic, simple cuts. Nothing too fancy. Basically, we're just going to have the onion and peel that. And I kind of like layering it in there too. So for me, as weird as this sounds, I like taking the big onion that I'm going to use, shoving it all the way in the back by the neck. And then we're going to save this half of the onion for the back side because I like capping it off that way, if that makes sense. So then I'm going to take about half the garlic. That's going to get in there. And then the same thing with the shallots. They're going to go in there. We're just going to kind of layer it front to back. In the middle, we're going to put all the herbs. And I might need to have my moderator come in here in a minute and help me get those pies out. Come on, shallots. Wow, that cheesecloth did absorb all that. Hey, moderator. Albatross! Hi. I know you don't want to be on camera, but you need some help. Because I don't want to like take my, well, I will take my gloves off. Got my moderator going. No, no camera for me. Try to stay in frame a little bit. Remind myself of that. Let's see how those apple pies look. They could go another couple minutes. Do 3 minutes on that. Just sometimes it depends on your that stuff. It all depends on your pie tin. If you're gonna go with like, it depends on your temperature. So if you've got just a tin, or if you've got the metal one that I used, or a glass one, they're all gonna cook at different times. So what I always say is start off at the base temperature, which this was 20 minutes, and then you do increments to 2 to 3 minutes after that, so you don't burn or overburn. So I believe the glass is gonna have to cook at the 20. The rest are gonna have to cook right between 2 and 3. So I'm gonna start second guessing all my life's decisions with this. I'm not going to mince the garlic. I'm going to leave the garlic cloves whole. I am going to push down just a little bit to get those their oils released. So for me, if it didn't break as good as I wanted it to, I'm going to just hit it a little more. Chuck those in there. And what I really do want to just do is fill this whole cavity with all the vegetables that I want the gravy to taste like. Boop. Get those cloves up in there. We're going to see how those pies are looking here in a second. Take another liquid break. So yeah, turkey's being a turkey. So then what I'm going to do with the turkey when we're all done with it is I'm just going to throw it in the fridge overnight, and then it's going to get ready to go in the oven in the morning. I'll re-explain that when we finish. You need more. You guys need more in the skin. Okay. Oh, look. Why are you being? I think it's going to be 2 more minutes on that. That should be fine there. It's getting annoying because every time you cook pie, it's a little different. Then it also depends on the humidity level and the altitude level, and cooking's hard. A lot of people are like, oh, you just do these little things, and it's like, no. It's harder than it looks. But then it's also fun, too. Like, kind of see where I can lay those. So then all that parsley, I'm going to take about half of it. I don't want that much parsley. Take half of it, shove it up on in there. And then we're going to take a good chunk of thyme. Thyme has become one of my most favorite herbs right now. Didn't like it as a kid and then realized, oh, it's the other one, herb that usually got put with it. Why I didn't like it. So it's all shoved up in there and looking full. We're going to get the other shallot going. And we'll get that pie out. Okay. I hear you. We're just going to keep doing this in 2-minute increments because it's not happy today. So, yeah. Turkey's looking amazing. Get a little more shallot in there, more garlic. Top it off with an onion. So I like my gravy on the very savory side. Kind of like a very peppery and salty, oniony, you know, that kind of base. Hey there, AJ. So, I don't even know if you guys can see what I'm doing with all the onions and stuff. It's magic. It's just getting done on the side. Still learning all that tech aspects. The garlic, onion, shallots, the thyme and parsley's in. You could always add basil and bay leaves and rosemary. Please say you're done. You're done. The one. Let me get a minute. I'll show you all. So, we've got this delicious apple pie done. So we're just going to let this one chill. The other one's got about a minute. And then we can get the last pie in. So, basically, once I get this garlic all done, I can check on that pie. Okay. Get this out. There we go. That pie looks absolutely delish. And then the last one. Reset the clock for 20 minutes. Okay. Get the last parts of the onion in, and then the turkey is fully stuffed with all the delicious vegetables and herbs. Then we're just going to go back to buttering it. Salt, pepper the top, olive oil the top, and then put the cheesecloth on. That has been just soaking in ghee and olive oil. There's the onions. Last one. A big one. So now, back to my crazy part of all this. I'm going to bring the roast pan over here. We're going to keep finishing the turkey off with butter, or the ghee. And then just keep putting butter all over it. So, my gigantic roast pan. This is my hope that this year I finally got a small enough turkey that I don't have to wrap it. So 1, 2, 3, up you go. You look so happy in there. Actually, I'm happy you're finally in there. So, keep buttering this up. Get some under the neck, which, oh good, we can see that. Get it all up in there. because we didn't separate that skin. So we do want to make sure that that doesn't get burnt that way. Get that neck flap all. You know what? I'm going to take you. We're going to stick you in the neck flap because you fit. Then, hey, Danny, I got a message that I need you to check on my computer. Now we're just going to start massaging the turkey with everything this has got. And of course, the second I always get this, my sleeve, every year. And you do want to make sure that you have enough butter or ghee or any of the other oils you want to use, because turkey dries out. Yay! So some technical difficulties on the other end of things, and that got settled, and got my sleeves rolled up at the same time. It's great when your moderator lives in your house. Get that all massaged in there. Make sure there's plenty of it. You want to like really see the butter through everything. Make sure everything is butterized. And I always leave some on top once we get towards the end. I know that skin's gonna just rip come cooking time, so make sure more stuff got put in there. 15 minutes to spare. Okay. I'm okay with butter being on the bottom of the pan because we're just going to baste that later anyways. More the merrier. Sorry if my head got into that way of the screen. Turkey's a little more important than my hairline. So yeah, got that going. I am like caked in butter, which that's never a problem on my side of things. So, pepper. That just went everywhere. You know what? I'm done. Done. Just take those gloves off. I can function better then. Some salt. Okay. Now for the cheesecloth. Hopefully you're warmer to the touch now. Nope, did not want to do that yet. One more thing. So I really don't like my turkey burning. Slowly drizzle some olive oil. Now the cheesecloth. It looked like it was missing something. So unfold, unfold, unfold. Basically, you want to get it big enough where you're literally just wrapping the turkey in cheesecloth. Packing it really nice and tight. Because now basically the cheesecloth will get and go into the fridge till tomorrow morning at 4 a.m. So much paper towel. So the turkey now is going to go into my fridge overnight. And like I keep saying, at 4 a.m. So my goal is to eat at noon tomorrow. So if I put it at 4 a.m. I have the temperature written down. Why can't I think of it? I cook it at a low heat for 325 for 4 hours. It's a 14-pound turkey, and it is stuffed, so it needs the 4 hours. I'm going to cook for 4 hours, baste it about every 20 minutes to a half hour. And then once it's done, at 8 o'clock in the morning, we're going to pull it out and let it rest. So it's not to serve right away, it's to rest, so all of a sudden it pulls back in all of the delicious juices that were all in this. And then we'll turn around and make a gravy out of everything that's awesomely left over. Also going to clean the rim off of that so it seals nicely. So now this can go it fits this year. Oh my gosh. So get that in the fridge. Like it good. I didn't have to take more stuff out. With that being said, so tomorrow's agenda, I'm not streaming at 4 a.m. You're just going to have to take my word that it went at a 3:25 at 4 a.m. And I'll be pulling it out at 8. So my hope is that I can start streaming at 8. So if you're not doing anything, you can come in and along the enjoy the ride of chaos. That'll be that. So tomorrow, where's my list at? My list for tomorrow is get the turkey in, get that all carved up later, make gravy, a goat cheese fritter salad, roasted carrots, some biscuits, and mashed potatoes. So that is on the list for tomorrow of everything to do. I think that's all the prep work I can really do, because tomorrow or tonight I can turn around and put potatoes in cold oil or cold water, not oil, and have it sit and get all the starches out that way. And yeah, I think that's it. all we can kind of do today. So hopefully that this was kind of fun for you to watch the chaos of making a turkey and how my apple pies aren't working as well as I wanted them to, but they're going to be delicious, so who cares? So with that, I think we're kind of done with the stream, unless you guys want to hang around for 8 more minutes and 7 more minutes and see if that apple pie turned out looking better. So maybe we could do that. I got to clean up just a couple things. So if there was any questions in the chat that I could answer. Didn't forget the turkey. Danny didn't have any questions. It all looks great. Thank you. Fun part is some of the people on the stream are my Friendsgiving, so they get to eat my leftovers. So that'll be fun. Don't know how much of the leftovers they'll be eating because I just got some text messages about more guests coming for Thanksgiving, which is fine, which is great. So yeah, other than that, 6 more minutes on that pie. So yeah, I think I know one thing I'm gonna do is work on making a Google Docs to put at the bottom of my channel or somewhere in my channel that if you got ideas, doesn't mean I'm gonna do them, but ideas are always fun. So yeah, other than that, yeah, gonna have, yeah, make sure I get this right so I know I've got everything set for tomorrow. Get the turkey in the oven, then we'll make gravy from that. Should review my gravy recipe. That would be a good idea. The salad, yeah, it's gonna goat cheese fritters, like on a bed of arugula, with some stuff to garnish with that, just something light. Roasted carrots, mashed potatoes, and that's pretty much it. I think that's, and then some biscuits. Those just go in the oven right before we eat anyways, so yeah, just trying to plan it all out in my head. And I think that's the best thing to do. Like when we could quickly talk about that again, review from yesterday. Get your frozen goods and your pantry stuff 1 to 2 weeks out. Your fresh veg within the couple days beforehand. Then break up what you can. So like yesterday we made pumpkin pie and cranberry sauce and the butter for the turkey that happened today. Just take it down into bite-sized tasks so you don't go absolutely insane. And then you can turn around and totally use this for the information for Christmas too. Bake your cookies days in advance, you know, things like that. So yeah, tomorrow's not going to be that crazy because dessert is done. The star of the show is ready to go in the oven. So I think other than that, I've got nothing to talk about for 4 more minutes. I'm trying here. Really am. But yeah, got to review my roasted carrot recipe because that's a whole new recipe, and same thing with the salad. That'll be a new recipe for me to try, so we can see how much I get to cry or whatever. It'll be fun. It'll be super fun. Yeah, that'll need every last minute it's gonna get. So other than that, I think we'll see you guys tomorrow, not at 4 a.m., but probably around 8 a.m. Central Standard Time. So yeah, we'll see how everything goes that way, and you guys can come along for the ride of chaos tomorrow. So with that, have a great day, and don't forget to stay legendary.